Hey, how's everyone doing? I just wanted to give my quick reaction to today's qualifying at the MSC Cruises Emilia Romagna Premio Grand Prix de Imola. Did I get it right? I don't know. I just wanted to talk real quickly today about Max Verstappen setting the record for most consecutive poles, tying with Ayrton Senna. That's quite an achievement, especially considering the conditions in which he is qualifying today against the McLaren that is absolutely surging and I think has the race pace to beat him. He's under a lot of pressure. There's a lot going on behind the scenes at Red Bull, and Max, compared to Sergio Perez, who did not make Q3, is carrying a heavy load. If you could hear his voice on the radio after finishing on pole, this was a guy that pretty much gave it everything that he had. I mean, he does it week in and week out. I never doubt the amount of effort that he puts in towards racing, but he really put it all into the car today and proved why he really is the best driver on the grid. But I don't know if he has the best car anymore, which is strange considering that he has arguably the most dominant car in the history of F1. This year, it's kind of the same car, but it's just not getting the right setups. His team is changing on him drastically, and it wasn't the team that he started out with this year. He's losing a lot of key personnel, and as Toto Wolff and Zach Brown have said, the CVs are flying around, and it's starting to have an effect on the performance of the Red Bull overall. McLaren seems to be surging, like I said before, and they look like they have the race pace to do it. And it's a 2-on-1 battle. They're also followed up by Ferrari, who is consistently right there challenging for podiums, and I think they're going to be in the hunt as well. This is looking all of a sudden to be one of the more exciting weekends and possibly seasons that we've had in a couple of years. People complain about F1 being boring, but I don't see how it's boring right now. Sometimes you have dominant champions, and in most cases with F1, you do have a dominant champion. But right now, it looks like it is championship on. Yuki Tsunoda drove his ass off. He is doing great. I know he may never make it to the top Red Bull team seat. So what? I mean, this guy is a great driver. He is doing so well. And if he is stuck at RB, so be it. But I'm also kind of hoping that he's a dark horse candidate to get the second seat at Aston Martin. I know he's got to kind of bump off Lance Stroll, or maybe wait his time for the eternal rookie in Fernando Alonso to finally bow out of F1. I could only imagine that he's going to wind up at Aston Martin at some point with the Honda-powered engine. Also, about Nico Hulkenberg, I think Audi really knocked it out of the park by putting him into one of their seats. That's one of the best signings on the grid. He is out-driving that car. He is doing so well. What he did in Q2 was phenomenal. What he did in Q1 was phenomenal. He finally fell into the appropriate position at P10 overall, but his performance in the Haas is just extraordinary. I had Haas finishing last in the constructor standings for the year, and that's definitely not going to happen, and it's because of him. So I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy the race. Hopefully I can get up some kind of a quick recap on the race or reflection. As you all know, I'm a McLaren fan at heart, but I do love great racing to begin with anyways. So I'm just hoping it's going to be a lot of fun, and have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday.